Hi, I'm Courtney and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you on an appliance tour through our McDonald Jones home that we built 18 months ago. I've been wanting to show these appliances for a bit of time now, but didn't want to show them before I had a good chance to put them through their paces. But before we go any further, make sure you head down below and hit that subscribe button and ring the notifications bell while you're down there too. Alright, let me show you through these appliances. So I really want to start off with this appliance tour in the heart of the home, the kitchen. There are 3 of the appliances that you get included out of the 7 that you get here on the main run of kitchen cabinetry. The first one I'll start with is the most expensive of the bunch, and it is the oven. Now this is a higher brand oven. The model itself is the HWO90S4MX1, and it is a 900 wide appliance, so it's extra wide. It is really great, and as I said earlier, we've been using these appliances for over 18 months now, and I have loved using them for every second, especially this oven. When you've got a large number of guests in the house and you're entertaining, it actually fits full baking trays in there because it is so wide. It's got a 100 litre capacity and it has 4 functions. So it can both bake, fan bake, grill, and fan grill. So it does everything you really need to do in an oven. And as well as that, it has been really easy to clean, use, and just maintain in general. The door here can be easily removed off for cleaning. I've gone in behind the glass before and been able to clean in there very easily. And all the trays are adjustable in height and easy to use. The grill function runs along the top here, so that means again you've got a large amount of space to grill on. Okay, the next appliance is the stove top right above that oven. The stove top again is a higher brand, and its model number is the HCG905WFCX1. It again is 900ml wide, so it matches beautifully with the oven and the concealed range hood up above, and it is run completely off gas. So we have natural gas available at our block, but you can either run the stove with natural gas or LPG bottles if need be as well. It is a 5-burner stove top, and it is stainless steel. It also has a cast iron trivet over the top, so these are really easy to clean and pop in the sink to wash and wipe down everything. So it looks brand new even after 18 months of really intense use. It also has a triple ring wok burner in the center section here, which is great. And then another removable cast iron trivet to help support that. It also comes with this fun little piece here that you can add in and sit on any of the joints. If you've got a smaller type pan that you're just melting butter in, say, or doing smaller work with. So I use these tiny little pots if I'm just melting some butter or doing something small, and that allows me to sit them on there and not fall off the trivets. Well, that is the stove top, and as I said, I love that piece too. It is controlled with the dials on the right hand side here, and it's super easy to use, very functional. So the third item in this collection of appliances is the range hood up above here. Now this is the HS90X4, again 900ml wide, so it perfectly matches those other appliances, and it is externally ducted. Now this is something that's really big for me. I love having an externally ducted range hood so that if you do have cooking you're doing that does have a smell or an odor that goes along with it, that doesn't linger in the house for too long. So it is super easy to pull this out and use it while I'm cooking. It does have buttons on either side underneath the range hood, so you can control the lights and the fan speed. So those are super easy controls to use. One button on either side, very simple and functional, and it just pulls in and pulls out quite a good distance as well. It almost comes out to the front of that stove top. I love the look of this range hood. It is super sleek looking, and it runs nice and flush with the cabinetry when it's not in use. So it's really not an eyesore and just blends in. Again, it's super easy to clean, with the filters both being removed just with some little clips on the ends. You can remove both these filters, and they are actually dishwasher safe, so you can go ahead and just chuck them in the dishwasher and pop them back in once they're done. Alright, so that is these 3 kitchen appliances. I do have another 4 appliances to show you that were included in our McDonald Jones home build. If you actually want to see the full house tour of this home that we built, I'll leave that link up above here for you now and down below in the description box too. While you're down there, if you have any questions about any of these appliances or the home itself, make sure you leave me a comment because I answer all of them myself. All right, so the fourth appliance I want to show you through today is our dishwasher. This also came included in the house and again is part of that higher brand appliance package that we have. The model number for this dishwasher is the HDW13V1S1. It is a 13 place setting dishwasher, so it holds a heck of a lot. It is a 4.5 star rated dishwasher and it has 6 different wash cycles. So they include auto, heavy, light, glass, rinse, and eco. So we normally just run ours on the eco setting, just that way we're using a little bit less water than we otherwise would be. And sometimes if I've got bigger pots and pans, things like that, I'll pop it on the heavy setting too. This is a great dishwasher. We've used it a bucket load. Easy to open, easy to use. In the door here, you just pop the tablet in. It's got the rinse aid section to pop your rinse aid in there as well. And then the lower basket here also has a removable cutlery section. As I said earlier, 13 place settings, which is a huge number, which is great because we either run this dishwasher before we go to bed each night, or if it's not full, we'll wait until the next night to run it. So it's normally every second day it's running. The top section here is good too. It's got this section here for you to pop small things on or knives on, but also to pop wines glasses in with their wine stems. And this section actually is height adjustable, so you can pop this higher, this top basket, or have a little bit lower if you can. See, I've raised mine up here because my place settings are quite tall and I still wanted room for the bottom spray to be able to spin around without hitting those place settings. I do find as well it is great to run a dishwasher cleaner. We just got those little packs that you peel off the sticker on and sit in here, and I run it through on a heavy cycle, probably about once a month, and that has kept it working really well, and it looks beautiful still. And then just to empty out the basket, down the bottom here, it's really easy. There is a little twist section for you to pull the catcher basket out, and then there's also a cover plate too that goes over that. So we just make sure to check the basket every now and then. That is super easy to use, to keep clean, and it works really well for us. All right, let me take you across now to the other side of the kitchen to our refrigerator. Okay, so the next appliance I want to run you through is our fridge. As I said, we've been in this home for a little over 18 months, so we have given it a really good working out and I've loved it. It's served us really well. It's got a stainless steel finish and it's pretty finger resistant, so it means I don't have to clean it too much. This model is 79 centimeters in width. The cavity we have here that was included in the house was 1 meter wide, so we've got the opportunity to have a bigger fridge in here if we want, and we might upgrade soon to one with a water feature in the front because we do have the plumbing behind it. So with this fridge, even though the cavity is a bit big, it's bigger on both sides as well. You've got a lot of room down here. It's good for the ventilation of the fridge, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it would be nice to have a fridge that kind of fills up more of the space. This fridge is a 498 litre model and it's got a 4-star energy rating, which is pretty good. On the exterior here, you can also see the control panel right at the front, which is able to control the fridge and the freezer. So obviously it's a fridge at the top and then this section down the bottom is a freezer. So let's have a look inside the fridge. As I open here, I'm going to point out these cool handles. They are just included in the cabinetry there so they don't stick out, which makes it nice and sleek. The doors themselves can actually be reversed, so you can actually change the hinges to run on the other side of the fridge. These parts are all included, so you can switch it over. So we actually went ahead and changed the way that our door opened when we got the fridge so that we could open the door and take things straight out of the fridge and put them onto the counters rather than having to close the door and walk around it again. So it makes it really easy and it's a great feature they've added in. The fridge itself has 3 tray sections. They've got adjustable areas as well, set zones that you can kind of put them in to give them that different height. You've then got 2 drawers down below and these are good. They've kind of got lids on top of them with more shelves. So that shelving is providing a really consistent temperature in here, which is great for your fruit and veg. And then the My Zone section is actually controlled at the front of the fridge on the little touchpad there, you can control the temperature for that section specifically. The door is really great, lots of storage again. So the bottom section here, this tray is really, really sturdy. We've put a huge amount of liquids in there and it's always done well, never had a problem with the weight. I never had a problem with bottles not fitting because the height is so good. You've then got 4 more open shelves here, and this one does include those egg baskets so your eggs don't roll around. And right at the top, you do have the openable container sections here, so you can pop things like your butter or cheeses, things like that in there as well. All right, we're down here at the freezer section on the bottom of this fridge freezer combo. It has 3 drawers inbuilt. So the top one here is kind of a medium depth. It's not too tall, but it's tall enough to be able to fit bulkier items in there and pretty standard stuff. We never had a problem with storage in the freezer. This middle section's great for things like ice trays and ice packs, those narrower items. And then the bottom one here is really good for those bigger, bulkier items like your ice cream tubs or deep freezing frozen meals, things like that. So it's got plenty of storage in there, and the top 2 shelves are really good for making sure you don't lose items because they're buried under everything. So plenty of storage. As I said, never had a problem with fitting things in here. I shop at Costco a lot, so bulk buying, and the fridge was definitely able to handle everything I threw at it. So we're now in my laundry, and I want to run you through the last 2 appliances. Appliance number 6 is my washing machine. So this is the Haier HWF75AW1. It is a 7.5 kilo washing machine. It has 16 wash programs, and they are really, really quite good. It goes through everything from specific programs for hygienic washes, where it goes up to 90 degrees Celsius. It does express washes, which are a 15-minute wash. It does things like duvet, jeans, wool, synthetic, cotton, everyday daily wash, delicate and hand washes as well. So lots of options there to pick from, and I've used pretty much most of them at this point now too. And when I select a certain wash, so for instance my cotton wash I use for all of our towels and our linen, that works really, really well, and my towels always end up nice and fluffy and soft. I definitely love this washing machine and the cycles and the options. It has this digital display here as well, and that allows you to control specific things like the temperature, extra rinse, delaying the wash, say you want to start it after you left for work or something like that. You do have the compartment on the left hand side here for you to pop your softeners and your detergents, things like that in. So I actually use pods in my washing machine. So I actually have a jar over here on my counter, and they have just my pods that I pop in, and I just usually throw them straight in the barrel when I'm popping the clothing in. And I'll usually use 2 of them for a standard larger load, and then just 1 if it's a small load. And then for my fabric softener, I actually use white vinegar. It has some really great properties. It does disinfect a little bit as well too, and does some other great things. Plus everything always comes out really nice and soft, and it's much cheaper than fabric softener. So that's what I tend to use. And then the only other thing I'll often use is some Vanish if I have my whites going through. I want to get rid of a stain as well. As you've probably noticed, this is a front loading washing machine. So the door just unclips here. It's got a rubber seal at the front here, so it does catch anything that might come out during the wash if you've left something in your pockets by accident. You could actually stack the dryer directly on top of this machine as well, but I usually pop my basket on here, my washing basket, and that way I can go ahead and pull things in and out, and pull things out of the dryer into the wash basket and swap loads over really easily. So the 7th and last appliance I want to show you is our dryer here. This is the Haier HDV50E1, and it's a 5 kilogram wall mounted dryer. We actually had this dryer already installed, ready to go when we walked in the house and got our keys on hand over day. The builder, McDonald Jones Homes, built out of a fully steel frame. So the steel frame that is actually behind this gyprock here had additional support braces added into it where the dryer was being wall mounted. So I know there's extra support in there specifically for this wall mounted dryer to make sure it is very, very stable and safe. It is a vented dryer, which means it isn't externally ducted. So something that was really important to me during our planning was for us to make sure the external door that we have here actually has a security screen on it. So we can leave this door open and keep our crim safe security screen just being closed. So that way when the dryer is on, it's got a good amount of ventilation coming through. Another cool feature about this dryer is that it's actually a sensor dryer. So it senses when the clothes are dry, and turns itself off when that happens. So I can put a load in here and head out for the day, or go to work, or even go to bed at night time and know that it's only going to dry the clothes until they're just dry and then turn off, and not keep going and wasting power or making noise, anything like that. So that is a really good feature of this particular model that we use all the time. It is a 9-program dryer, and it has plenty of options here, like an anti-creasing version. It also has a temperature control, so if you want to do low, medium, or high, sometimes if I want to dry something but I don't want heat to go into it, I don't want it to have any shrinkage potentially happen, I'll pop it on low or medium, which works really well. It is a reverse tumbling dryer, so it won't just roll in one direction, it will actually change directions to make sure the clothes are getting really well ventilated. But the other great thing I like to do when I'm drying clothes is pop our dryer balls in there. So we have these cotton dryer balls, we have a whole big container of them right here on the bench, and we pop these straight in the dryer with the clothes when they're drying, and that actually helps to ventilate them more, break them up, and dry things a bit faster so that we're using less power as well. The last really cool feature I do want to mention is that the filter itself is super easy to get out, so it's just in the top there. We just open it up and pull out any of the lint from the drying session that was just run, pop it straight back in. It's very easy to keep clean and to maintain, and nothing else is really required to make sure that it's functioning properly at all times. Alright, that is all 7 of our higher appliance packages that were included in our McDonald Jones Now Series home build. If you're building with McDonald Jones Homes, make sure you check out which appliance package you are getting included with your home, and if you're upgrading anything. These are all the standard appliances, and as I said, I've loved them throughout. They have served us really well. If I've ever had any issues with them, I call up the service and warranty team, which is actually Fisher and Paykel, and they've gone ahead and sent out a service and warranty team member for us in person to come and have a look at the issue. Now, make sure you go down below and give me a thumbs up if you like this video today, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button too while you're down there. I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.